Assassin's Creed Valhalla has become quickly one of my most anticipated games of the year. And guys, we got some more information, first gameplay looks and things of that nature at Ubisoft Forward. And what I want to say, guys, is a couple of things here in this video. Number one is that I'm still very excited about this game. However, is this game going to be more of the same, that being like more of the same from what we've seen from Assassin's Creed Origins and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, or is this going to be kind of going back to the traditions of that of Assassin's Creed? And so I want to talk about that here. I also want to talk about the November 17th release date, which is very exciting as well. This was another game, guys, similar to Watch Dogs Legion. I thought there was a real possibility that it was actually going to get pushed into 2021 because of the pandemic. And I love that Ubisoft is going to stick with this year bringing out Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's going to have some stiff competition without a doubt, guys, later on this year. But nonetheless, this is a juggernaut of a franchise without a doubt. There are people who come to play this game year in and year out when a new title comes out, similar to that of the Call of Duty community. And so what I want to get at, though, here, guys, is, with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, now that we got our first glimpse at the gameplay, and really seeing what all this game is going to entail, even though we're obviously not going to know everything until we actually get our hands-on experience with the game. But what I will say is this. The game does, partially, looks like more of the same to what was Assassin's Creed Origins and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, some of you out there may not think that's a bad thing whatsoever. I've said on this YouTube channel, and you guys can check out all of my Assassin's Creed content here on the YouTube channel, but what I've said on the YouTube channel, guys, is that the problem with Assassin's Creed was a couple of things. Number one was that the franchise, and don't get me wrong, it's one of my favorite franchises of all time. I want this to be a successful franchise, and continue for a very long time in the future. That being said, I have said that one of the big issues Assassin's Creed has come up against is not so much an identity crisis, but they have changed the formula of what made Assassin's Creed so great in the past. That being, what really made Assassin's Creed was the stealth types of mechanics within the game. Now, what ended up happening was, guys, it turned from being a stealth-oriented game with action elements to an action game with some stealth elements. So, especially as of recently, that being like Origins and Odyssey and now into Valhalla, it does feel like these games have been much more so supposed to be action games over stealth-based combat and mechanics and such. And for some of you, that might not be a bad thing, but I just think that, from an outsider's perspective, obviously looking at the community as a whole, this has felt a lot of what people felt when Call of Duty went from being a boots on the ground game to a jetpack game. For 3 games, they went, into the jetpack era, which I believe was the dark ages of Call of Duty. I believe something similar here with Assassin's Creed. Now, it's yet to be seen with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but what I'll say is that it really has felt like, we're going into the dark ages of Assassin's Creed. That being, number one, that you have, Origins and Odyssey, which have kind of gone away from the formula, in my personal opinion. And Valhalla seems to be partially that they're kind of continuing that moving forward, where they're preferring action over that of stealth, which is what made Assassin's Creed so great in the first place. The second part of Assassin's Creed, though, is that they made, so many games, every single year. They made games every year, and Assassin's Creed isn't quite Call of Duty, right? If we're comparing the two. Call of Duty has this very much so, this brand that is able to kind of, every single year, regardless of what they bring out, they are selling, millions of copies. Not that Assassin's Creed can't do that, but Assassin's Creed was bringing out 2-3 games per year for a period of time. One on console, one on mobile, one here, one there. And so what I'm getting at is it was almost oversaturation. And so with that, I understand Ubisoft going in a direction of doing action over stealth. But what I will say is this. I stated that Assassin's Creed Valhalla needs to go back to the roots of what made Assassin's Creed so great. Now, they did make, within the presentation, did state that they even put it on the screen, stealth is going to be a part of this game, which is very exciting for me. From the gameplay, it doesn't look like stealth is going to be used that much. However, it is definitely going to be a mechanic within the game. And so I am excited about that. Even if Ubisoft decides not to do, stealth over action, as long as they kind of are starting to put the story together, because I think a lot of people out there, guys, in the community, even myself included, it started to get kind of convoluted with this story as far as like where they're trying to go here. How is this tying into each entry into the franchise? How's it tying into the overarching, story and character arcs and just arc as a franchise? Where is this all going to tie in? Is Assassin's Creed Valhalla going to tie into Revelations in one way or another? Is it going to tie into one of these other games, Black Flag, or one of the other games within the franchise in one way or shape or form? And they're kind of alluding to that within the first trailer that we got for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I'm hoping that they do that. I think at the end of the day, though, guys, we are somewhat getting some of the same, but I think Ubisoft realizes that there are things, though, that the fan base really wants. Stealth being one of them, another being that this needs to tie in one way, shape, or form to the overarching franchise of Assassin's Creed. And so I do think that they are going to do that. I really do. From the gameplay perspective, it seems like a lot of action once again, which, like I said, guys, I have no problem with action, but I think that when you start to go away from what the franchise was, it starts to feel less like that franchise. It starts to feel like other games out there. And so I just don't want that to happen here with Assassin's Creed. Valhalla, I've said this as well. Some of the best graphics I have seen within Assassin's Creed. I mean, the best, without a doubt, in Valhalla. Incredible graphics, some of the best graphics that we've seen to date, and I think that they're going to look incredible on the next-gen consoles and such. This game has a real, a real step in the right direction, in my personal opinion, for the Assassin's Creed franchise, as long as they balance things in a positive way. I would have liked to see, if they were going to be adding like multiplayer elements to this game and things of that nature. We didn't get that. We'll probably see more like other game modes and things of that nature as we get closer to the game. But from what it looks like from the story, visceral, gritty, dark story. I like that a lot. I'm excited about it, guys, without a doubt. There's just things, and there's question marks here. Is this just going to be more of the same from what we've gotten from Odyssey and Origins? Or is this going to really take us into a new direction or kind of bring us back to the traditions of what was Assassin's Creed of the past? But with that, guys, I want to pass the question on to all of you. November 17th is, it's up and coming here. It's going to be here before you know it. I'm going to have a lot more content on the YouTube channel about Assassin's Creed Valhalla here that you guys will be able to check out. Let me know, though, what you guys think about Assassin's Creed Valhalla at this point in time. Are you guys really excited about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more Assassin's Creed Valhalla content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.